Welcome back to Dyslexia Friendly. This is going to be a two-part series. The first part is going to be, let's get right into it, right? So this is about accommodations. With dyslexia, to make the playing field even with the kids that do not, there are certain accommodations that one would have. Now, these accommodations should not be looked at as a easy get out of what's happening, or like if his friends make fun of him or her friends make fun of him or her, then this should not. Let me rephrase this. Um, Accommodations are not a get out of something. They're to make the playing field even. I think I said that before. I'm pretty sure I did. But this is some accommodations people would say for the presentation of getting the assignment in a presentation form. Now, when someone does get their accommodations, there's a lot of different pieces you could get. Depends on also what type of help you need. And so this is like, let's say a student is getting the assignment, then the teacher or the administrator, whoever's presenting it, the test or the test taking situation, these are accommodations that one could get for their school, for your own daily use of class. Like I'd say it's just a worksheet. You could get this. So one is, there. Let's do that again. This is printed or visual format or standard visual format. Presentation accommodations. You could either give verbal instructions. Let's say there's a piece of paper and they can't read it. I've had that way too many times. I'm like, raise my hand, and they're like, we don't read that again. When I'm not reading that, I'm like, but I can't read it. So they read it for me. Repeating of instructions, exactly what I said before. Because if it's not written down and it's like, I forget what they're called, whatever, there's certain things that you don't need to repeat because it's not it's for everybody just to hear that quick. But if it's on the test and the teacher's like, I'm only repeating this once, then you could get that for an extra for just an accommodation, and then the teacher has to do that for you. And most teachers, if you explain to them what the situation is, you don't even need to get down as an accommodation. You just need to explain them your situation. Another one is text introductions in audio format. Let's say the ACTs. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta pronunciate my words better. Um, they have an option. If you don't have a reader, you can get a computer that will read you the test. That's smart. I personally would rather a human person. If I tell them speed up, slow down, what I want, I that's what I like. But on a regular in school situation, I don't mind an audio format. Some people, this one's a question. This accommodation is questionable if it's. I have a question about it. If it's well, you'll see. It's called larger print. I mean, yes, larger print does help your eyes, but a lot of people with misconception of dyslexia say that it's a visual disorder. In numerous cases, it's not a visual disorder. It's actually a mental disorder that did not come out right. It's something that the way your brain's wired. So it's not because of your eyes. Your eyes are seeing everything. It's just that it's not working. Larger print can't hurt. I mean, I'm not going to make my school go out of the way to make larger print, but if I'm the one printing, I might just make one larger, right? Or if it's a homework assignment, I might just make it a couple of things bigger if it's not like a crazy thing where your teacher's like 12 font, double spaced, blah, 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 or 11 font, times no room and whatever. Fewer items per page. So this comes back to some dyslexics. It has come out of studies and research from Yale that they can't retain more than 2 items in a list in memory, and their memory is lower, which I have some of the issues with the memory. Personally, I have issues remembering names, phone numbers, and random other nuanced things, but definitely names and dates. So, yes, those things I see, but some people say the items lists. So definitely, if you have that issue, because remember, no one is the same. Everybody is different. Um, Definitely ask for fewer items on a page. And what I do in my class, actually math, we do that. My teachers adjusted the test for me because my handwriting is horrible, and she wanted to give more room. So maybe that's an outlet of that. Visual prompts and cues. It's much easier to remember, like arrows pointing on a page. Maybe highlighted text you could also get. These things are standard things that you could ask for. They're not so crazy. Um, al- Alternative answer sheet. So I'm gonna interpret this one, even if I'm reading it wrong. I don't know if there's even comments. I'm assuming there's some type of platform you could reach me on, but I got to figure that one out. I'm really new in this game. Wow, I'm slurring my words today. Pretty much in SATs and any standardized tests where there's fill in the bubbles, you could get an accommodation. I don't know if this is what they're talking about, but instead of filling in the bubbles, because those are annoying, you have to take it from the book and transfer. That's annoying for everybody, even if you're not dyslexic. But imagine if you have issues mixing up your letters. Now, see where that answer sheet goes. Um, so they have an accommodation where you could just circle it in the book, which is very good, and it helps a lot of people. The annoying part is the people who have to check it, if you know what I mean. Like they have to go through every single question over and over and over. So this is not, I would say, what your accommodation teacher would do. This is something for yourself, a quick memorization thing to help remember. I definitely do this without even trying. Um, Information in songs or poems, facts, definitions. Give information in songs and poems. I don't know about poems. I don't know how that's so catchy. Maybe if you're loving poems and rhymes and just the mechanics of that, maybe you like that. Personally, I don't like that. But I love songs. I love songs. So definitely, if you're able to make a song for yourself, even if it's like a quick 1, 2, 3, oh, and if it's saying like, um, yeah, accommodations are amazing. You can get calculator, speech to text software. What? So that was really bad actually. But whatever. So that's one thing you could get. You can get hold up. Let me see if I can read this. Presentational accommodation. Presentation. Presentation accommodations. Assignments. Calculator, speech to text software, easy. Text to speech software, harder to find actually. I have been trying to find if anybody has one of those. I really kind of need one. My father tried to explain me one, but it's too complicated. I want something simple, quick, highlight, play. There's nothing really out there. Electronic dictionary, cool. Spell checker, cool. Grammar check. I'm assuming this is for when you come out with with when you're giving an assignment. But those things are amazing, and if you need it, definitely take use of these things. Um, Fun fact with accommodations, if I'm not mistaken, 95% of the students, 80% of the place of the world in America with in schools have IEPs. And out of those, 85% of them have dyslexia. So, some form of it. So, definitely, let me check if I'm right with that one. Hold up. Might be completely spewing. So, if I am, please let me check where I had that. I had that somewhere right here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 80% of children with IEPs have reading difficulty. Oh, that's not so cool. And 85% of those are dyslexic. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. That sounded so much better in a different way. But whatever, it works. Okay, so I'll see you next time with the how to give it in. So there's different more accommodations that one could get. Be accepting, and yeah, see you next time.